let's try to understand whether it is good or bad. Knowing this very metaphysical example that that while walking we needed this very much friction, otherwise we could not walk. Same analogy, if I put to day-to-day conversation, if there is no friction, there won't be any growth. If whatever I tell, for example, like when Abdullah, I, or any other trainer, whenever we discuss with each other and we try to finalize the content for a particular batch, if there is no thought, if there is no discussion, if there is no yes or no and I don't agree with it and all that kind of discussion, it means that it is not the right set of people who are talking to each other. Okay, it is just like a self-praising group. Like I like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. So if there is a friction, positive friction among a group of people, there are chances that there would be definitely good outcome of that discussion. And if it is happening with all the positivity, not the negativity, not the kind of opposition which we have got in India today or like yesterday, whatever ways, right? It's like when there's a constructive opposition, things really come up with a very nice way. So definitely it is good to have thing in life. Okay, now we understood that having friction is good in life. So whenever a particular task doesn't happen properly, suppose for example, by God's grace, let's say this meeting, whatever we are conducting right now, if it doesn't go well, okay, whom I should accuse? Should I accuse the technology? Should I accuse myself? Should I accuse Abdullah, or should I accuse somebody else? Right? Do we find someone whom we can accuse? Okay, if something is not working, something is not done properly, this is our general thought process. Okay, so there's a whole agenda why we are even talking about it. So there's a way to handle this. Okay, so what I would say that generally why this particular friction takes a bad shape in our discussion, that is what we need to avoid. So whenever we are talking to people, we are giving our opinion. The person in front of us gives some opinion which is not as per what we think should be the way. Immediately we start questioning him or her, we start arguing. That is how the friction happens, and if that person doesn't find any sense in your talk, then friction start taking bad shape immediately. I would say that rather than accusing someone or really shouting at someone at that point of time, go for this approach. Okay, think that you are a sandpaper. Sandpaper, you understand, which you rub on any surface and the surface becomes rough, right? Anytime, whenever you feel like that you are the person who is creating bad friction in the whole discussion, you are passing taunt or you are saying a few wrong things and you are not able to control yourself. Every time you do that, you realize it that you have already done it, right? So you think that you are a sandpaper and you are rubbing your own self with that sandpaper every time, and think that the skin is peeled off. Every time you are creating friction, you are rubbing yourself. I'm not saying that we are living in heaven where everybody understands you. There would be a situation when other person is creating friction. Here I am taking the negative connotation of friction now. Okay, so far I was saying it was required. Now I'm saying that if it's a bad friction which is created just to create fire, right? If we're talking about bad friction, if you are the creator of bad friction, in that case I would say it is easier to control because you know that you are the creator of that bad friction. You think that you are a sandpaper and you are rubbing your skin with a sandpaper, and every time you are doing something wrong, your skin is peeled off. And think what will happen after a few days or few weeks, your whole skin is gone. Now think that whether you can expose yourself to the environment, like how bad it will be for you. With this kind of thought process, I have like at least talked to 3 or 4. I have talked to people in 3 or 4 different forums with respect to this particular thought process, and many people have come back to me saying that this particular thought of having consider ourselves as a sandpaper has helped them a lot. They have controlled themselves of becoming the originator of bad friction. Okay, so this is a cure for yourself, which is easier to handle. Now let's think about that. Okay, I think there is one more way which I have noted down. First is that you. I'm so sorry. First is that of considering yourself as a sandpaper. Second, which I personally feel very effective for me and for a few other individuals, especially of my age, when you are speaking and you think that you are going to vomit the wrong things, decrease the speed of delivery. If you are in a habit of speaking, say, let's say 15 words in a minute, and if you think that you are in a bad temper, decrease your speed by, say, let's say if it is 15, let's decrease it to 5 words per minute. Slow down. Immediately you will find that your chances of creating friction would be much lesser than the first phase. And personally for me, I consider this as like really working very well for me. Whenever I'm not in a good state, or I'm tired, or I don't want to, I'm tired still, I need to attend a meeting forcefully, I try to be silent. Okay, I try to be speaking lesser so that I don't get irritated. Okay, so that is one activity which you can take as a like very good activity to be practiced. Last is that try to be humble by default. Okay, so whenever a bad situation arises, whichever culture you belong to, try to bow down, deliberately put a smile on your face. It's not like you're vomiting all the bad words and putting a smile. It will look more, what to say, dangerous. Okay, so you smile, bow down, hold your hands while talking. You see many people, even like I'm not saying pro or against. If you look at our honorable Prime Minister, like in last lockdown announcement, he was holding his hands time and again. Okay, it was a very good gesture as the head of the country. He was showing to everybody that he was requesting people to just follow that. So holding your hand is something which really works tremendously well whenever you are saying something which might make other person feel hurt. Let's say if I tell you that, Piyush, your face is so cold, why don't you put a smile on your face? Please don't feel bad, but put a smile on your face, right? Look, see, now he's smiling. And with my gesture, probably might have not felt bad. Rather, I'm saying, Piyush, what is this? Like, you are not putting a smile on your face, you don't even understand that. Now it's the same thing. Piyush will feel so bad about it, and he will probably will not only not smile, he will be angry at me now.